This is the AM News, live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV channel 125, around the world on myjoyonline.com, on Facebook, on X Spaces, and on YouTube. I'm Sweetie Abochi. Details now. The Ashanti Regional Security Council is holding an emergency meeting following the fatal shooting of Kusasi Chief in the Asawasi suburb. The victim, Abdul Malik Azimbe, was gunned down in front of his home near the F-Line Community Center on Tuesday. The incident has sparked outrage, with the Kusasi Chiefs Association demanding swift justice and urging police to expedite their investigations. Nana Bwachi Yadom has more.
Witnesses say two unidentified men arrived on a motorbike when one of them, armed with what appeared to be an AK-47 rifle, dismounted and shot the chief multiple times before fleeing the scene. Chief Abdul Malik Azembi, who was enskinned barely 3 months ago as the Kandi Divisional Chief, has played a significant role in peace-building efforts related to the Boko conflict. He was rushed to the Mensha District Hospital and later transferred to the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. His killing has sparked outrage among the Kusasi community in the Ashanti region. The Ashanti Regional Kusasi Chiefs Association has condemned the attack, describing it as a direct blow to ongoing peace efforts and a threat to community stability. They are calling on authorities to act swiftly to bring the perpetrators to book. Naba Wilson Dakum is chairman of the association.
It's very painful. It's very painful, but it's very painful. So that's why we are pleading to the securities concerned, and then the Minister of Interior, since he has already released a statement, they should do all that they can do to let us have justice. Because it has ever happened. This is about 6 times that these people have ambushed and killed our people down here. So we are seeking for proper justice. The police will say they are doing the investigation, but up to now we are not hearing those things that has happened. We are not hearing anything. But this time around, in fact, we are just calming down the youth, because it had it not been that, but now they would have even take some revenge. But we are pleading with them. But what they are saying is that if the proper investigation is not done and then proper justice is not administered, then meaning there will be revenge.
He added that if urgent steps are not taken, matters will escalate.
This shouldn't be a delay, because the way tension is rising, if there is a delay, then something must go out of hands. So we are pleading to the police, and then the interior is even the president. They should put their foot down and do what they must do for justice to be administered at the right time. If not, things will escalate, and we, the Kusasi community in the Ashanti region, we may not able to control.
Speaking to Joy News, Member of Parliament for the Minduri constituency, Mahmoud Isifu, described the killing as a devastating blow to peace efforts and warned of possible repercussions if matters are not swiftly addressed.
So we expect that the security officers should double their efforts as far as investigating this murder and that of the two other ones that happened at the JN market, at the Kwadaso, and then the Goso is concerned, and get the perpetrators arrested and bring them to book. If not, we are all not safe, and so it also becomes very difficult on us as leaders to continuously urge the youth to remain calm as far as some of these attacks on the Kusasi people are concerned. It gets to a point that as a leader, as a parliamentarian, you even find it difficult to continue to call for calm, because the more you continue to call for calm, they think that you don't want their safety, because they feel that they should also be allowed to attack or perpetrate same crime to wherever they suspect it is coming from. And so it is becoming too much a challenge on us as leaders. And so we don't want the youth to lose their temper.
Meanwhile, the Ashanti Regional Minister has called an emergency security meeting with top security officers. The meeting is aimed at assessing the security situation in Asawasi and fast-tracking investigation into the assassination. For Joy News, Nana Bwachi Dankwa Yadom, Kumasi.
Now, access to critical medical supplies in hard-to-reach communities can often mean the difference between life and death. But with advancements in technology, there is a renewed sense of hope. Since Zipline Ghana began operations in 2019, the country has seen significant improvement in medical delivery, warehousing, and storage systems. Speaking at a media engagement at a Zipline hub at Enum in the Isojaman district of the Eastern region, head of Zipline Ghana, Daniel Kweku-Meki, revealed that the company is not only enhancing healthcare access, but also building capacity, employing over 240 skilled professionals across the country. Kwame Yanka has more.
6 years ago, Zipline launched in Ghana with a mission to revolutionize healthcare delivery using drones. Today, it has surpassed a major milestone as over 8.4 million medical products have been delivered to more than 3,000 health facilities across 14 regions of the country. From malaria and HIV medicines to blood, vaccine and maternal health supplies, Zipline's autonomous delivery system is credited with helping reduce maternal mortality by over 56% in some regions, increasing antenatal care and childhood vaccination rates, as well as drastically cutting down vaccine stockouts. Head of Zipline Ghana, Daniel Kweku-Meki, says the company's impact goes beyond health into agriculture and education as it continues its collaboration with government.
So what we are trying to build right now is a nationwide infrastructure where we can serve Ghanaians across all those medical use cases, but then we also want to expand beyond that. We want to be in agriculture. We have flown exam papers, exam materials in the past, so we want to work in the education space. And beyond the public sector, we also see a lot of opportunities in the private sector where, again, we will be like the infrastructure service provider, and then Ghanaian companies, including startups, could provide solutions in which they can use our area logistics and centralized warehousing systems to basically deliver superior, more innovative delivery systems for Ghanaians across the country.
Daniel Kweku-Meki revealed that Zipline's operations have helped save nearly 9,700 lives, including 1,600 snakebite victims, and organizing over 300 blood drives with 20,000 units collected for the National Blood Service. Meanwhile, in charge at the Choho Chips compound in the Volta region, Sandra Dede Ayayi says delivery of critical medical supplies has improved healthcare delivery. However, one cannot make calls in the area, affecting requests for medical supplies and other urgent needs.
For now, they're at our level, and where we stand, everything is okay. But as I said, like to increase, because people are there and we have limitation as at now, what we do. So to prevent people from going further, we have in general, we have to build or increase the capacity of the chip compound. There is a tower built at the community asset. Now we don't know what it is. I don't know much about it. But recently the district chief executive took it up. He asked us about our concerns. Said right now what we have is the network issue, communication network issue. Though our road is bad, but what we need urgently is a communication network issue.
Zipline autonomous system has delivered over 1,000 exam papers and 16,000 educational supplies to schools in flood-prone areas. With deliveries in Ghana accounting for half of its deliveries worldwide, Zipline believes further collaboration, expansion would have direct impact on other areas including agriculture, STEM education, technology, among others. From Enum in the Eastern region, this has been Kwame Yanka for Joy News.
In other news, the Forestry Commission, in a joint operation of clamping down on illegal logging in Ahafo, Ashanti and Bono regions, has impounded over 50 trucks of illegally harvested wood and arrested 9 persons. Led by the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Commission, Elikem Kotoko, the ongoing nationwide operation aims at protecting the country's forests. Our Ahafo regional correspondent, Emmanuel Idujemfi, tells the story.
The current state of our vegetation cover, our forest cover, is not the best, not what it used to be. And if the current situation continues, that will mean that we'll be losing all our forests in just a matter of a decade. And it is not only by reason of the illegal mining, but also through illegal logging. It is by reason of that fact that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, in his research agenda, we at the Forestry Commission also need to complement his effort by ensuring that we go after all those who are engaged in this illegal enterprise.
He has been telling me the impact of the illegal activities of these nation wreckers on national development.
They do not pay any revenues to tax to government. They do not pay stampage, which means that our chiefs or our landowners, etc., do not make any benefit from the illegal activities they engage in. And this should be reason for worry for everybody, our stakeholders, those watching, the chiefs and traditional authorities. We therefore need to make sure we intensify this exercise, which shall be a regular or routine exercise.
Mr. Elikem Kotoko issued a stern warning to Ocean Road Company, a Chinese operator factory in Mim, among other foreign-owned processors, on trading in illegal logs.
When we visited Ocean Wood Company, we realized that most, if not all, the logs that were brought in there for processing had no proper documentation. It meant that they were illegal logs. And when legitimate companies are buying illegal logs, it means they are even encouraging the killing of people in the forest. Because the people who are bringing those things are stealing those logs from the forest. They are killing people who legitimately even own it, but they do not care. And when they bring and you are buying it at a lower cost, then it means you are encouraging the illegality. You are encouraging the killing of our nationals. Meanwhile, when you do this, all the revenue that accrues to you, you repatriate many of the greater chunk to your country. And so long as we agree that this cannot be done in their country, we want to make sure that they do not do that in our country.
Reporting from Bosankro in the Ahafo region for Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Educhemfi.
Let's do some other stories now. And UNESCO is urging governments to take swift and decisive action to eliminate barriers hindering access to potable water across the country. According to UNESCO Director and Representative to Ghana, as a nation advances, Edmond Mukala, it's proposed to, so Edmond Mukala is the representative of UNESCO to Ghana, and he's saying that in the government's 24-hour economy policy, equal priority must be given to ensuring uninterrupted, round-the-clock access to clean and safe drinking water for all Ghanaians. There's more.
Speaking at the 50th anniversary, the UNESCO Accra Director and Representative to Ghana called on the government to prioritize the equitable distribution of potable water across the country. Speaking with Joy News, he lamented about the growing challenges facing Ghana water bodies and called for immediate government intervention to protect access to clean water for all.
His Excellency President Mahama rightly put it on the 24-hour economy vision. We understand also on that vision is to ensure that access to water, especially for remote areas, especially for population that's still having challenges in even to have just potable water, for their own domestic use. Will have that access, but we want also that access to be 24 hours. The privilege and opportunity, then 24-hour access enables is both in boosting in the economy, in ensuring also that all the institutions, the private sectors and all sectors that are supposed to work to ensure that that accessibility become possible will now be in motion.
Executive Secretary of UNESCO International Hydrological Program, Professor Seydou Alidou, noted that there are interventions underway to ensure consistent access to potable water for domestic use. He argued that treating water quality and strengthening regulatory oversight remains essential to safeguarding public health and achieving sustainable water management.
Including the use of both innovative and scientific techniques to be able to address them, more education and awareness creation, because most of them don't know that these things that they are doing are actually causing a lot of harm to our water bodies, affecting our ability to purify and then use it for domestic purposes. But also, apart from the collaboration, apart from the awareness creation, we also need more partnership and collaboration with donor partners, but with also other stakeholders who work in the water sector to make sure that the right thing is done. And I think the education should start now from the children's level. Most of the adults are already committed to some of these offenses. So we need to target high school students, primary school students. You see that we've invited 2 high school students into this particular program. They should be able to understand the challenges that we face, and then the future belongs to them, so that they can talk to their parents, they can talk to their relatives who are engaged in illegal mining that causes so much damage to our water.
As Ghana positions itself for economic transformation through its proposed 24-hour policy, UNESCO's call serves as a timely reminder. No development agenda can succeed without securing the most basic human need, access to clean water.
Traditional leaders in Bono Manso are making an urgent appeal to the government to help develop their untapped historical and natural sites to create jobs and attract the diaspora. The call came during the 2025 Panafest celebrations, highlighting sites like the poignant slave market, Bono Manso waterfalls and burial grounds linked to international figures. And Asabit tells you more.
This quiet ground beneath my feet holds echoes of immense pain and resilience. This is the Bono Manso slave market. Historical narratives preserved by the custodians here tells us this wasn't merely a trading point. It was a brutal sorting ground. Captives deemed strongest were marched towards an unthinkable fate on the coast. Those too weak were often left behind under the care of the then chief. It is a stark, tangible connection to the transatlantic slave trade, a silent witness to history. But Bono Manso's story isn't defined solely by pain. Its soil holds other significant narratives. The burial place of Marcus Garvey, an Ethiopian figure, a site deeply connected to the lineage of Martin Luther King Jr., the stunning Bono Manso waterfalls, and the unique Adeso Pan. Yet, these sites remain largely undeveloped, their potential untapped. Nanaminka Amiao II is the chief of Bono Manso. We have lots of tourist attraction sites here in Bono Manso. These sites could be developed into something better and in turn boost our local economy. The chief's vision is clear: transform heritage into opportunity. And the call for the diaspora isn't just economic. It is deeply personal, a call for homecoming and reconciliation. Nana Ikuya Bwahima Osua Adiomi III is the Queen Mother here. I'm excited that the regional minister's rep is here, and I'm happy that President Mahama has shown commitment in ensuring that our brothers out there will find their way home. The call hasn't fallen on deaf ears. Representatives from the Ghana Tourism Authority and the regional minister were present. Listen to what the GTA chief executive had to say in a statement delivered on her behalf by her deputy, Echo Sampson.
The GTA, in collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, has mapped and documented the site for inclusion in Ghana's National Inventory of Heritage Attractions. Plans are underway for infrastructure improvement, including the provision of visitor facilities, signage, interpretation centers, and improvement of road access.
And echoing the region's broader potential, the Bono East Regional Minister Francis Oso Andri had his message delivered by the Kintampo North MCE, Isaac Donko.
This commemorative event signifies the role of the Bono Manso slave market site in the transatlantic slave trade, which serves as a hub where enslaved Africans from Ghana. The program is also an initiative to create jobs for our youth in the tourism and creative arts sector.
So the plea is clear. Bono Manso holds a unique key, a blend of profound history, natural beauty, and diaspora connection. The critical question now is how quickly and effectively this potential can be transformed from a call to action into tangible reality on the ground. And as Sabit, Joy News, Bono Manso.
And it was all fun and bragging in the Ashanti regional qualifiers after Osetrechi Senior High School qualified for the zonal and national championship. Despite the school supporters being sacked from the quiz auditorium for defying instructions by the quiz mistress not to cheer during the speed race in 2 rounds, they ended the contest with 54 points and 16 points more than the second-place school, Jechi Pramso. Collins Frimpong has the details.
Osetrechi Senior High School has qualified for the national championship, which is not surprising because everybody will be tipping them to qualify within that particular contest. That contest had already had its own surprises when one school, Pokosu Senior High School, withdrew from the contest because, according to them, they were not aware of the contest date. But during the contest, the boys behind me were sacked from the quiz hall for over-jubilation. But at the end of the contest, they have been able to qualify for the national championship after securing 54 points.
Oh, when we were sacked, what we thought was that, oh, the morale will go down, but you see, morale is the spirit. So it was within us, and we knew from the start that we were already the winners. We just wanted the contest to just go on. Coming from our school, we were already aware that we have already qualified to the national championship.
Is that not bragging? Is that not bragging?
Oh, it's not bragging, bro. It's not bragging. Like, who cares now? Yeah, we don't talk, we don't brag. It's just on the field. We work, we do our work.
Right, so you have other schools coming. Kumaka will be coming. Prempe, Owas, the other big boys will also be coming to the zonal championship.
Okay, so when it gets to these stages like this, that is where we separate the boys from the men. Yes, and we here, we don't talk much. We don't talk much.
How about you?
Oh, all right, we are just waiting for Pakoso to take their bonuses to reach about 70 to 80. But it's so bad, they were afraid they couldn't come. So with this, we knew that we were already the winners. So we're just taking our slots in the championship and the nationals. We don't talk much. Simple.
Last one from you.
The thing is not math. We will separate the boys from the men.
Send them that message. We are going to separate the boys.
Well, on that note of separating boys from the men, I hand you over to Samuel Kojo-Brace. He serves your business update.
Hello, good morning. Let's do business updates now. And let's start from the currency market first. Let's do other news now. And ahead of the 2025 mid-year budget review today, the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors has renewed calls for government to review some of the taxes on petroleum products, citing the significant impact on fuel prices. According to the Chamber, a review of these taxes could help reduce fuel prices and alleviate the burden on consumers. Dr. Patrick Ofori is the Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors.
All the taxes and levies that are on the main white products, petrol and diesel, we expect that the government move the same taxes on MGOs, marine gas oil, so that people don't adulterate or misdirect these fuel from the sales sites into our filling station that you and I may end up buying, and it may have a ripple effect on our car engines. And basically, because when you check the gap between the taxes on these products, there is that economic incentive for anybody who want to involve in any form of illicit activity. And we're hoping that with this measure coming in, the government will rake in more revenues, and that will even help with special initiatives for our brothers in the coastal areas or the fishing communities as a way of rivers community investment that will benefit everybody, and not a situation whereby a few cartel that runs the premise business are the ones who hold on, and it doesn't even get to the fishermen, and yet they buy engine oils and others to blend at even a high cost to them.
Away from that, the Ghana Shippers Authority says it will crack down it will crack the whip on shipper lines that flout the new Bank of Ghana guidelines on foreign exchange charges at the ports. Following a petition by the Ghana Shippers Authority, the Bank of Ghana issued a notice demanding that all shipping lines publish their forex rate and abide by recommended rates described or prescribed by the central bank. Speaking on the sidelines of the inauguration of the board of the authority, Chief Executive Professor Ransford Jampo said the authority will ensure fair pricing in the freight industry.
Though this government is doing all it can to stabilize, strengthen our currency and to bring down the cost of doing business. And so by now we all can tell that the CD to dollar, you need $1 is about 10 CDs. Some shipping lines were charging 16 to 17.
So as you may be aware, the BOG has issued a policy directive insisting that if you go get your dollar from a commercial bank and they give it to you at a certain rate, use that same rate. Instances where these guys were saying that we're not using the BOG rate, but we've been getting our rates from our own commercial banks. You go to your own commercial banks, they sell it to you at 11 cedis, and then you want to sell it, or you want to price in a manner that show that you are using a rate of 16, 17. Which is unacceptable. And so BOG has given clear directives, which I know you have seen, you have read, and we want to hope that they should be adhered to. Now that we have issued a petition and we've gotten them to issue this directive, we'll police its enforcement. We'll be sure that it is rigidly enforced. And BOG has clearly indicated that there will be sanctions if shipping lines refuse to comply. And we are also more than ready to ensure that those who do not comply, we deal with them according to the laws that establish us.
And that's it for the business update. But let's wrap up with what's happening on the commodities market.